Okay. Fourth time's a charm. All right. Now we cut this off. Set this right here for right now. Now we're going to just keep an eye on this and make sure that it doesn't go back the other direction. While I'm doing that, while I'm waiting, I'm going to go ahead and get my coolant fixed up. Okay, as you can see, I've got my blue coolant certified by Mercedes-Benz. And we're going to, I don't see where that gauge has moved, so now it's time to hook up the rest of this. Take this out, don't need it anymore. I'm gonna put this down into there, and then we're gonna open the valve. And we'll slowly watch the system pull all that coolant back into the lines. Like I said, do not wait until the thing gets down to the bottom before you put more coolant in here, because you suck air, you will start all over again and waste the coolant that you just put in. All right, so I'm gonna stop right there. Get my other gallon here. And just for you to know, this is what I'm using. This is Peak OEM European blue antifreeze. I'm not sure what the year, make and model that this thing all covers. I do know that it is for my 2012 C300. Do your own research, make sure that you find out what years the blue covers, because sometimes it may be a pink and sometimes it can be a orange, I believe it is. So you want to make sure that you use the correct fluid for your vehicle. And we'll just sit here and watch. Okay. So it's down to 0. Now, that doesn't mean that the system is completely full. So what I'm going to do now is clean my mess up here. And I'm going to pull the little suction tool off of my reservoir there, and we're going to see by starting the car how much this thing is taking, because my research has said upwards of 2 gallons if you got it all out. I don't know that I got all of mine out. So, what I'm going to do, make sure everything is out of the way. And let's start the car. Turn the heat on, get it up to operating temperature. Okay. I want to top this off. And we'll let that sit. And I'll get back to you as soon as I'm done getting this up to operating temperature. Okay, so let's move you around here. Let's see. Alright, so we're going to keep an eye on this and see if we get any air bubbles that will come out of it. If there are, it shouldn't be too many because we did pull vacuum. So what we'll do is keep an eye on this and see what happens. You can attempt to squeeze the upper radiator hose, you know, just kind of, there you go, like that. So that'll get a couple of bubbles out that come up to the top, but Mercedes is very finicky. They prefer to have the vacuum drawn on it and then suck all the new coolant back into the system. I'm just not sure how well Mercedes thought that plan out, because not all the time does that mean that it's going to get all the air out. You definitely do not want an air bubble inside of your system to create a hot spot that can cause your gauge to misread or blow a head gasket or prematurely just wear out the cooling system itself. It's not quite up to the halfway mark. So, I'm going to go ahead and pause this video so it's not a 30-minute video, because there's nothing to really watch other than to see whether or not any air bubbles come out of the system. If they do, I'll let you know. But usually you'll see the coolant level rise in the tank, expansion tank, and it may overflow a little bit, push some of the coolant out to make room for the air to come out. But I'll let you know if I see anything. Okay, as you can see, it has raised the level up in the overflow tank, so it's getting a little hotter. Not bad. Okay, it's come up a little bit more. It looks like it's actually trying to seep over the edges, which is what you want for it to pull that air out if there is any. So that's one thing you want to keep an eye on. Okay, so what I'll do normally is kind of just touch the fluid, see if the thermostat has opened, because that'll tell you if it's pushing out any more air, or if there's any air that might be caught in the upper radiator hose between the thermostat and the radiator. Then you can kind of squeeze it and push the air up through the overflow tube right here, which on Mercedes, that goes right back to the thermostat. So, I'll get back to you in a minute. Okay, so let's take a look at what the engine temperature is. $90°C. I got the heat on. Whew, it's hot enough. So let's go back out here, because it should be about 94°C, and that's about 194 to 200, I believe.